We've all seen the colorful cakes and over-the-top stunts people use to announce the gender of a new baby, but we could be seeing a lot fewer gender reveals in the near future. According to the New York Times, the gender reveal trend may be on its way out. Here to chat about this trend is host of In Case You Missed It by HuffPost, Heather Gardner.
Hey, Heather.
Did you bring a spoon?
No, and there's not one here, and I'm actually very disappointed.
What did we miss, Heather? What did we miss this week, Heather?
She's waving a spoon at me off camera.
Yeah,
yes, bring it over so I can have some.
So this gender reveal thing, obviously we've all seen, but when did it start? Why did it start?
Yeah, so the gender reveal cakes in general started around 2009, 2010, coincidentally or not at all, when Pinterest and Instagram really started taking off, and social media kind of took that turn with creatives, and people just started sharing not only their gender reveal ideas, but their wedding ideas, lots of babies, nurseries ideas, that kind of the start of the influencer phase.
The beginning of the end of society.
Yeah, I mean pretty much at this point.
And are cakes the most popular, or what other things?
Oh yeah, definitely. Cakes are by far the most popular, but we're not seeing them as much anymore for a few different reasons. The superficial reasons is because it's been done for the last 10 years, since 2009, and now people are getting really creative. Have you guys seen gender reveal lasagna?
We've spoken about this on the show.
Oh, yeah, have you?
It made my Italian grandmother throw herself down a flight of stairs.
Oh my God.
It looks so nasty, especially when it's blue. To have blue cheese.
Ew,
yes,
like,
it was.
I would not want to eat it. And Daphne Oz actually did it recently, and hers was pink, which wasn't nearly as weird and gross. But to me, it was so nasty. But there's other ones too. Did you guys see the video of the alligator gender reveal?
It was like bit the watermelon. That's so dangerous.
It's so dangerous and crazy.
So you might lose a family member, but you're gonna celebrate and find out that your kid has some certain type of genitals.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Exciting.
And
There was also the guy in Arizona.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that.
He started a whole fire that cost like
45,000 acres.
Yes.
45,000 acres of gender reveal. Oh my God.
I don't know.
Tell me how you really feel about this, Lucas.
I am not for these gender reveals for a variety of reasons, especially when they start taking down wildlife in America.
That is the superficial reason that they're becoming way too over the top, right? And I still have the spoon and no cookie.
Yeah, go in there. Okay.
Yes. I need some chocolate chip here.
I like the OG gender reveal.
What was that?
Which is just the baby comes out and if it has a pee-pee or not.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's more exciting.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is so
I
good.
think I understand wanting to celebrate your child, because I think creating life is one of the most magical, amazing things of all time. So I really respect that. And I understand when you're a parent, you want to be like, oh my God, my baby, they have a little fuzz on their head. They have a new birthmark or something like that.
Yeah.
But I do get a little upset when people start projecting a whole narrative on their child based off of their genitals. They're like, oh, my baby is a girl. I can't wait now to watch her definitely wear a prom dress and definitely get married to a man and definitely have kids herself. And you're like, wait a minute, that is not a guarantee.
I totally agree. All the little boys in church that are like, ladies man, and they're like, oh, he's flirting. It's like, no, he's not. He's eating paste. You know what? He would flirt with a tree stump. Nothing's going on here.
Right, but that is kind of the overall conversation that we're having here, and why these gender reveals in general, not just cakes, why they're kind of just slumping in our American society, because we're questioning those things. We're questioning those norms and gender on a whole different level than we have ever before in society.
Right. I mean, I would like it more if the cake revealed your child will be lazy when they grow up. Your child will drop out of school. Characteristics. They will have a sweating problem. That's cool.
Your kid's gonna try to kill you. These
things are more surprising, and not oh, we should have known this through the cake. But you just touch on something. So I think it's not really a trend. It's a progressive movement of raising children more gender neutral. Can you speak to that at all?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just had a little baby niece who very excited. I know she is so cute. I could talk about that literally all day. But when I went to go buy her things, as a good aunt would do, I really made a conscious effort not to buy so many pink things. And she did get a ton of that stuff. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But for me, I made a real conscious effort to just do more gender neutral things. And there were tons of options. This is definitely a growing trend that we're seeing, not only with clothes, with toys, and those things as well.
Yeah.
Right. And I didn't know this, but apparently some states in the United States are allowing parents to put X for the gender of their birth, which I think is really interesting.
Oh my gosh, totally. Yeah, like I said, like it's not just clothes and toys and those kind of superficial, stereotypical things we talk about. But yeah, absolutely. Some states allow you to not even put a gender on your birth certificate. And the rise of they-bees, which is not, not he or she, but they-bees, that's going in that same direction too, with marking an X instead of a gender. And here in New York City, actually, a parent can go and change the gender on the birth certificate of their child for up to 18 years, which is really interesting and totally in a more progressive direction.
But you know there's just going to be some like really horrible firefighters being like, yeah, I'm going to make you a girl now. To their son.
Oh, they're going to punish their kid that way?
They're going to change it on their birth certificate.
That's so bad. Oh my God.
Want me to go change it? I'll change it, Tony.
I hope that doesn't happen. I definitely miss that if it does.
Oh man, I didn't even think of that possibility. Bully dads.
Bully dads.
That is a whole different conversation.
That's a whole
You know what? I'm just
conversation,
gonna eat some
The Staten Island dad.
out of
Oh my
it.
God, people will find any way to make something negative and just turn it against you.
Ali's in touch with the Staten Island crew in a way.
You know all these dads with me. You don't sign up for basketball, I'm gonna make you a girl.
No. Okay, if that happens to you, little kids, tweet us out.
Tweet us.
Because we're gonna save you.
100%.
But also, just in general, raising genderless children is becoming a trend as well, and stemming from this whole idea of not putting your children in these societal norms. Because girls can be anything, boys can be anything. You can flip, you can do whatever you like in this society. And I think those conversations are really important to have. Kate Hudson is having it right now. She's one of the first celebrities to really be out there and say that she is raising genderless children.
Yeah, and Megan Fox too. And my parents, they didn't really like go at it like in a way where they're like, we're gonna make her genderless, but they definitely raised me gender neutral and like told me I could be whatever I wanted. They let me like wear boy clothes for a really long time in my life.
That's amazing.
And like it was just great, and I feel really comfortable as an adult, and I feel like my parents like allowed me to thrive and be myself, and I think more people should listen to their kids, even if they're just 2 years old. They're already communicating who they are. We've already heard stories like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So kind of just taking away that connotation from the very beginning, before the baby's even here. These gender reveals, by the way, happen. Babies aren't even born yet. I mean, so even before they come into this world, they have this set of norms. Just removing that, I do not think it's a bad thing. I think it's wonderful.
We're with you, Heather. Thank you so much for joining us.